What's up, Easy Bakers? So today we're going to be making some Sufganiyot. This is a Hanukkah inspired dish. This was actually sent in to me from a good friend of mine who celebrate this during Hanukkah, during her holiday. It is so yummy. I'm just going to, for the rest of this video, going to call it a jelly donut because I don't want to butcher the name anymore. So before we jump into it, if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Daverney Freeman, and let's be gang by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. So let's jump into the video. All right, you guys, so to a thing of warm water, I'm going to be adding some granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to be adding a whole tablespoon of my active yeast. Yes, a whole tablespoon, child. Then you're just going to give that a nice good whisk up just to stir that sugar around a little bit. And I added sugar so it can feed my yeast, okay? So once you have that, just push that to the side and we're going to let that proof for about 8 to 10 minutes. Now we're getting started with our dough mixture. I'm going to be adding some all-purpose flour to my stand mixer. You do not have to have a stand mixer. You can do this by hand, but girl, I ain't finna be kneading all this stuff, cha-la-la-boo. So that's what I'm telling y'all right now, that you don't have to have a stand mixer. So I'm going to be adding my cinnamon to this, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Now I'm just going to whisk that up just until everything is combined together. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 egg yolks. I did use 2 large eggs for this, and I'm going to use a rubber spatula just so I can make sure I get all of that yolk. You hear me, Chad? And then I'm going to take that beautiful looking yeast, baby. Look how beautiful this yeast is looking. Girl, come on now, don't play with me. And you just gonna dump that thing up in that stand mixer and get it all, because you're an easy baker and we getting everything we paid for, okay? So using your dough attachment, you're just gonna go ahead and mix your mixture. I put it on like a 2 to a 4, and you're just gonna mix it together until it comes together, and that should take about 2 minutes. But remember to use your rubber spatula to scrape down the sides of the bowl, because it will be a little sticky, icky. So go ahead and do that for 2 minutes. Then we're gonna move on to the next step. So it's been about 2 minutes, and now I'm going to be adding my softened butter. I did use unsalted softened butter, and I'm going to just blob that in there 1 tablespoon at a time until I really can't see any of the butter anymore. So you're going to add your, now you're going to add your stand mixer to a number 4 to 6. Before we was at a 2 to 3, now we're going to be at a 4, between 4 and 6, which is a medium speed. So go ahead and add your butter and mix your mixture for about 5 to 8 minutes, just until it's not as sticky and it comes together really smooth. So the mixture been going for about 5 minutes, and I went to get it and I'm like, oh no. It is too tacky, it is too sticky, so I'm gonna have to let it go the full 8 minutes. Go ahead and put that back in that stand mixer on medium speed and mix that thing for 2 or so minutes. So I finally managed to get the donut dough out of the darn stand mixer, child. So you want to just go ahead and get a large bowl. I have already greased this bowl with a little bit of olive oil just to prevent my dough from getting any type of crust on top of it. And I'm just using the little bit of olive oil that I already had on this rubber spatula. Not the rubber spatula, but the little brush, and just going and coating it on that too. So then you want to just go ahead and get like you some cling wrap and put that in a warm space between 1.5 to 3 hours, or until it doubles in size. All right, so now your dough should have risen like significantly. I let mine sit there for 2.5 hours inside of my oven with my oven off but the light on, and this is what it got, boo-boo. So you're just gonna go ahead and deflate that and roll it and put it on a floured surface. I do like to knead my dough just a little bit because I think it's easier for me to handle. Now we're gonna just go ahead and roll that out until it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. And a little trick that you can use to measure how thick it is by getting some type of bottle cap or a beer bottle little lid, and that's exactly 1/4 of an inch thick. Just keep that next to your dough and you'll be good to go. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and cut those out using a 2.5 or 3-inch cookie cutter or biscuit cutter, whatever you have, and set them aside on some parchment paper that has a little bit of flour on it because it will stick to your parchment paper or your wax paper. And you're gonna go ahead and let them rise again until they double in size. That should take you an hour or two. So now I got some vegetable oil right here. I let that come up to 375 degrees. Then I'm just gonna dump my donuts in there. I did no more than 4 at a time. So I did about 3, 4 on some of them. And that's pretty much it. You're just gonna go ahead and let them cook until they're nice and golden brown. And you're going to take them out. So I did let them cool a little bit. Then I had like a little, I think this is like a little cake pop stick. And I'm just gonna making a little opening of it. And I'm going to add my strawberry jelly in this. This is strawberry jelly is from my strawberry jelly that I just showed you guys how to make a few days ago. I had some left over. So this is what we finna do, boo-boo. So go ahead and squeeze that inside of there. Make sure your jelly is not too liquidy. I had Davian put this in the microwave for a little bit and I forgot to tell him how long. So yeah, that's why it's oozing out everywhere. Then you're gonna take you some powdered sugar if you want some powdered sugar, okay? And you're just gonna dust it with your powdered sugar. You can use whatever filling you want. Some people use Nutella, some other kind of lemon cluster, but the recipe Shelley sent me had jelly preserve in it. And guess what? That's what I'm going to do. I wanted this to be authentic to her culture, honey. But go ahead and just garnish it with a little bit of powdered sugar. And that is all she wrote, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy Vlogmas Day 20 TTYL. Talk to you tomorrow.